Testing.
Spray cools and dry. % of bacteria helps prevent plaque and gingivitis for a 12-hour shield of protection. Your mouth is fresh and clean. New active amazingly advanced. They say after seeing a magician make his assistant disappear, Mr. Clean came up with a product that makes dirt virtually disappear. He called it the Magic Eraser. It cleans like magic, even baked on dirt. Just Mr. Clean's Magic Eraser.
After 22 years on the air, The Late Show with David Letterman is now episode. Major stars have been stopping by the show to see Dave before he retires. Last night it was former President Bill Clinton.
What's the chance of you moving back to 1600 Pennsylvania?
Hillary has to win the nomination. If she wins the nomination, then she has to win the election. If she wins the election, the chances are 100% I'll move back. If I'm asked.
If you're...
My experience is that since I left the White House when a president of either party to say yes. So I hope I'll be invited.
Dave will sign off on May 20th. You can watch his final show weeknights at 11:35 Eastern here on CBS. In NBA playoff action, the Houston Rockets kept their playoff hopes alive last night.
Pussies.
Come in.
You feel me, peeps? My mouthpiece so cold. What about XO? Come on, baby, don't want me. I just might be a lover.
Alright, check this out. Now, what you're about to witness and see is a breakdown of movies like you've never experienced before. This is real shit. In this world today, image reigns supreme. Actually, at any point in time in the world, image, symbol, it all reigns supreme, which is why when first languages were invented, they weren't erratic or manuscript, they were actually images. And that's what the language of the Egyptian was. The Chinese still use a form of images, even though they're stick figures and shit, you know, but the whole point is that language is primarily communicated through symbol and image. A picture's worth 1,000 words. They even say that bullshit in the West. So basically, I am a master occult movie decoder. And I don't use the term master lightly. I say this because I'm an actual fucking master. And I'm going to be bringing these videos to you and decoding them. And decoding the information in them, which is important primarily for two reasons. First, so you can understand what it is that we need to do. Second, and probably more importantly, what do they say? Knowing is half the battle. So if you know these things, and you being who you are, you being the being who you are, having the soul that you have, and even in science they talk about this observer shit now, where basically they admit that what we call reality and the observer, you take the observer away and this reality doesn't exist, or this reality can be altered just by observing it. This is scientific shit. This is the shit that science is on now. Quantum physics, i.e. magic, magical mindset. So, yeah. Said I got my Osiris shit on. Y'all niggas out here calling it the Mohawk. Yeah, that's cute. But it's really some Osirian shit. You know what I'm saying? You check my man out with the white cap on, when he has on the regalia, and even when he's smiting. You know, and even when they combine the actual the crowns, the throne, which is Isis, aka the pussy, and the upper crest hat, or the upper crown hat, which is basically a phallus looking thing, aka the Mohawk, aka Osirian shit. So, to get back to what we're doing right now, my equipment isn't where it's supposed to be. I did some dickhead shit and bought this HDMI cord, and one of the components was missing, so I'm gonna try to go back in there and get that shit tomorrow. I know they're gonna think I'm on some bullshit, but it don't matter. I will prevail, and I will be bringing you these highly metaphysical, occult renderings of these images brought to you by this white man, or paid for, rather, by this white man. Which brings up another interesting point, because I know what's coming. Oh, this is some bullshit. It's just a coincidence. Oh, I'm going to show you so many damn movies that this coincidence shit is going to knock it right out the box. It's not even going to be close. Only an idiot, and even still, because it occurs too many times and throughout too many movies, only an idiot would be able to say that these things aren't related, or that this isn't a purposeful thing. Which brings me to my second point. Whether or not they did this purposefully, the fact that you are still able to see it speaks to the underlying nature of the universe. And what I mean by that is that even in this bullshit, you can still find the pattern and follow these examples. As a matter of fact, to me, if their hand isn't in it, it's even more amazing and even more of a reason why you need to pay attention, because it becomes more profound if they're doing it on a subconscious level. Now, all bullshit aside, the one thing I will say about this white man, well, the ones who run society, and it's kind of like in the Matrix shit, in the Matrix movie, they give you in the Matrix movie, you basically have Neo, who at some point in time is able to read the code images, and it's funny that they brought it to you like that. where other people see reality, he sees that same reality, but outside of the perception, or outside what helps you perceive that reality, i.e. the five senses. You know what I'm saying? So he's able to, and the way they bring it to you is basically he's seeing it in computer code, a form of technology. And in a later lecture, I'm going to show you how that technology is supposed to equate to, i.e. the soul, or i.e. chaos, i.e. never stopping. I will be going over that. Y'all just remind me and leave me notes once you niggas start watching these videos. But yeah, so in the Matrix, they kind of gave you a bit of that, a sampling of that, and not trying to blow my own horn and be an asshole, which I am an asshole. Anybody who knows me can tell you that. But we on some spiritual shit today. So not trying to be an asshole. Basically, I'm going to, because like I said, images, pictures, symbols, these are things that program the subconscious mind. The image is worth 1,000 words. So what I'm going to be doing is decoding the imagery in these movies that will give, and along the way, a lot, if you're really open and honest about it, and really open and honest with yourself about it, all those things, the Jesuses, the Allahs, and all this other shit that got us turning every which way but to ourselves, our inner nature, all of that shit will fade away because it will be irrefutable. You won't be able to refute the shit. I'm sorry I got bugs and shit, and this motherfucker, y'all gonna have to give me some money too, so. But for the most part, we're gonna try to keep most things free. But this is very, very sacred, very, very highly advanced metaphysical shit, as Brother Bobby would say, as well as Brother Panic. Shout out to both of them. Need to set up some type of serious fund for Bobby. Not necessarily trying to keep him here, but as long as he is here, he needs to be comfortable and he needs to be cared for, because that is one of the most awesome people. He's probably, and I've never actually met him, but he's one of the most influential people on the planet, or he should be rather. They're not going to bring him to you on television. But him and the Brother Panic, they are truly some of the best of what humanity has to offer itself in order to rid itself of its humanity eventually, but that's a later discussion. Anyway, back to this decoding. So I want you guys to get ready. I want you guys to buckle up, because this is some serious shit. And see, I'm not able to pull up the Netflix because the first movie I really wanted to get into was this mummy shit. There are three mummies, three real good versions. The two American movies. The first one is kind of light, but that second one, very, very heavy shit. And even the first one too. So it just, the second one they dropped a little more. And they also brought in the Christ Child. And then, and what was the other movie I broke down? And that's what I'm saying. Some of these movies I'm going to be bringing to you, y'all going to be like, there's no fucking way that this shit has anything to do with not. This is a straight clown movie. I remember one day I was in here watching Delirious, the movie with Disorderlies, fat boys and shit. And there's even metaphysical shit in that, believe it or not. And I will be bringing it to your ass live and in color. Alright? But since I can't use the Netflix right now, because I ain't got this fuck-ass cord, HDMI cord, which I will be going to get tomorrow, I'm going to see if I can't bring this shit to you live, alright, on this Blade shit. So I got Blade. Oh, wait a minute. do got this mummy shit. Okay, yeah, you niggas is in trouble today. Y'all niggas is in trouble today. Yes, sir. Let me get it right. Let me get this bullshit cracking. See? Yeah. Oh yeah, you niggas is in trouble. You niggas is in trouble today. Now, stick with me, people. Stick with me on this type of shit. I will be bringing, I'm telling you, man. Now, of course, we're going to go into the heavy metaphysical movies, but I'm going to show you the movies that they send you under the guise of bullshit. Basically anything outside of Tyler Perry. My old movies, when they did actually have to, and they still speak to you, but they speak to you. They don't really do that separately anymore. They do in some movies. They bring it to you mass appeal because you have basically become, for all intent and purposes, a Westerner, aka a white boy, or the white boy mindset. All right, and this is the beginning of the end. Me bringing this ancient information right back to you. So, all right. Oh no, that's not it. Yeah, it is. Alright, and I hope you niggas got phones or books by your side because, or like I say, we can unpack it. All you gotta do is just ask me a question. Alright? And as long as it ain't no stupid shit, I'll pretty much unpack it for you. Because I know this shit is gonna go fast and it's gonna be, you know, but for those who are receptive to it, oh man. Because yeah, I'm coming with, of course, the spiritual shit, but I also, like Bobby said, and I don't have quite as many books as him, which is another reason why you niggas gonna have to pay up. But yes, I do come with the scholarship. I do come with the scholarship. I do come with the scholarship. Okay? Got all types of shit around this motherfucker. All types of shit. And I actually got notes on this mummy shit, even though I pretty much like to float through these movies, following the chaos mindset and the chaos principle. I got this shit all fucked up trying to figure out. Here we go. Ooh, you niggas is in trouble. You niggas is in trouble today. It's about 4 in the goddamn morning. And this is my true calling. I can feel it now. Yeah, that's right. I'm a fat nigga. Y'all can suck my dick. Yeah. I would get a shirt, but fuck y'all. Yeah. Time to bring it to these motherfucking niggas. Time to bring it to these whole ass niggas. As always to Brother Bobby.
Years ago, a fierce warrior known
the
as
ancestors.
Scorpion King led a great army on a campaign to conquer the known world.
Can y'all see that shit? Scorpion King. Scorpion is a bug. Like the skate rap, a symbol of death, i.e. a symbol of renewal, a symbol of the Great Mother. Going to war with the forces of patriarchy.
that have recently taken control of Egypt. Pharaoh, Scorpion, from the desert. Already some old time shit. Get my goddamn notes. I hope y'all can see that shit. I say, man, you need to get my money right so I can get the proper material. We really get it popping. Fighting with that curved blade. Only nigga out there.
After a vicious campaign which lasted 7 long years,
7 years.
he and his army were defeated, driven deep into the sacred desert of Amshir.
Driven into the physical body. After 7 long years, 7 chakras falling, i.e. falling down 7 chakras to that last chakra. Malkuth. For you niggas who are familiar with Kabbalah. In the desert, the wasteland, the swamp.
They slowly perished under the scorching sun, until only the great warrior himself was left alive. Near death, the Scorpion King made a pact.
Remember, this nigga's black too.
That if Anubis spared his life and let him conquer his enemies, he would give him his soul.
Anubis, Anpu, God of the dead. Alright, now let's see what I got.
Anubis accepted his offer and spared his life.
Go.
Anubis gave the Scorpion King command of his army. And like an evil flood, they washed away all that lay before them.
Now, historically, this probably could be seen as matriarchy actually fighting against the pharaohs of Egypt and making some type of headway. The pharaohs from the south who came and retook over the north.
His army was returned to the sands from whence they came.
Sands. Melanin.
Where they wait, silently, to be awakened once again.
So those would be that army. That's basically that those jewel shards that Bobby be talking about in your lower gastral intestine that represent the soul. And its power being given back to it. Sekhmet, the life power, but still buried deep within under the sand. Always coming from the sand. Flooded over. Physical has been flooded over. My nigga here stepping through the cobwebs. Spider. His name is Rick. Rick, in German, Reich, which means power, of course. And, you know, him being a white boy, you know what he represents. And aim to stay in control. Rick, Reich. Remember that. He's a form of the Christ in this movie. He would actually be, well, we'll get into that. That's his son, Alexander.
Alex?
Alex, like Alexander the Great, who is, for those of you who, for those of you who are familiar with mythology, the origin of Alexander the Great, I believe it was a pharaoh, Talus, not Hermanubis.
Okay. Well,
I read about this book in this guy in Budge's book. You want to use E.A. Wallace Budge's book, where in basically E.A. Wallace Budge's book, which one is it? Do I have it here with me? I think it's Egyptian Magic. It's an all-black book. I want to say it's called Egyptian Magic. There's this pharaoh who he's one of the last of the true original pharaohs who ruled all the way up until he was native to that part of the world, native to Egypt, and he ruled as recently as maybe the late 400s or 300s BC. And it wasn't Talus, that's that other mummy movie shit, but this is a real pharaoh. I'm going to try to, just remind me on the notes to look them up and I'll give it to you, I'll bring it to you. Anyway, this pharaoh was a master magician, and he used his powers basically to keep the foreigners at bay. It was said basically that he was able to, when these people would prepare for war, he basically set up not an altar, but these figurines. The same figurines that they use in war that they show you in these movies today when they're actually trying to take over the planet. He used these same figurines, but he never actually went in a battle. He would use these figurines and either wherever they would meet, if it would be land or at sea, he'd set up these basically like a mock battle that he was getting ready to get into. Like if it was a sea battle, he'd have water, he'd have ships, his ships, the enemy ships, whoever they was fighting, and basically he would reenact the ritual of them fighting, or not even reenact it. He would, from the way they put it, he would pronounce certain words of power, say certain things, and these things would come to life. And he'd see the battle, and he'd be victorious. And these the same little figurines that they use today. The white boy has incorporated into his, when he's armed and he's going across land, you best goddamn believe he has these mock figures. And he may not be bringing them to life, but he's going over every fucking scenario that he can, and every outcome that he can. Gotta give it to him on that. But anyway, fuck that shit. Back to the point. Maspero? Nah, it wasn't. That's another guy who wrote a book. He was a Bush contemporary. But anyway, this pharaoh ends up, the last battle, the bastards, not the Libyans, one of them, I think Lebanon and another group, Rome and somebody else, all rose up against this pharaoh. You know, and one of his spies, he came to him and told him, hey man, all your enemies have united against you. Every last one of them, and they coming after you. This nigga laughed. It's like, oh yeah, okay, well, I'm finna destroy their asses again. Once again, he sets up this battle, pronounces these words of power, except in this one, he loses. He loses the battle. And he sees it. So he flees Egypt, and he goes to Greece. For you niggas who think that Greece is just some cracker shit, and it became that, but its origins, still, niggas, and this is some later day shit, because we're not even talking about the Minoans, who were really African niggas who gave birth to the culture of Greece, and we can get into that. All you niggas gotta do is just leave questions, comments, nigga, and I'm gonna unpack it. As long as it ain't no dumb shit, I will unpack it. But anyway, back to the script. So they finally defeat him. Or he sees his feet, and he flees. He leaves Egypt. goes to foreign lands. Basically, it's almost the Moorish shit before it's even the Moorish shit. Knowing from the stars or from divination that this planet is about to be lost, he goes to the foreign lands and basically becomes a teacher. Anyway, to get back to the Christ shit, supposedly he goes to Egypt and he meets the mother of Alexander the Great. White boy that conquered all that shit. He meets his mother and the legend goes that he told them that an ancient god, if it wasn't Hermanubis, it was another deity like that, would come to her and impregnate her. Well, according to the shit that Budge was on, it was his ass that ran up in her. You know what I'm saying? So, another reason why he might have conquered the world. But getting back to the point, there's the link between Alexander and Egypt and this Pharaoh who is super magical, and this little kid who's a form of the Christ, Harmaku, Christ child. And look it up if you don't fucking believe me. There are 3 forms of the Christ. You got Horus the Elder, who's closest to the west. In this movie, that would be my man Imhotep. Alright? Then you have the Noon Christ, or the Christ who rules, the burning Christ, the nigga on fire, which in this case, in this movie, and this is another thing about them basically in the war of imagery, this is them basically trying to extend their rule and keep that noon sun, that sun at its hottest point, fire, which is why they burn your ass up anytime they get a chance. And then you have Horus the Elder, or you have Harmaku, who's the morning star. Alright, just like the so-called Satan niggas, the morning star. Harmaku, the Christ child, the first light, which is why he's going to lead their asses to where they got to go. Then you have the Noon Pharaoh, I forget the Egyptian name, but he's like the one who basically rules the day, the prince. Then you have Horus the Elder, who's getting ready to go off into the sunset, to the west, to death. In this case, it will be represented by my man Imhotep. And we got to see who's going to win. Back to the movie. Bitches.
I don't know. Surprise me. Build a better mousetrap. It doesn't disagree too.
Build a better mousetrap. Isis, Nephthys, at war. See, and they're going to put her as Isis in this movie. But they show you. This is what I mean about pictures and symbols. There goes the snake. She's not even scared. Why would she be?
Those are poisons, you know.
Only if they bite you. But what's the what about?
Oh, nothing else. You wanted to show me something.
Can y'all see that shit?
Swear. Kid is more and more like you every day.
What do you mean more attractive, sweet, and don't wish to get common?
No, it's driving me crazy. Where were we? There we go.
Hemorrhage.
God damn it, that light is fucking it up, ain't it? Yeah, there we go.
All right, let's do it.
Alright, now here we go. Scorpions everywhere. Death. And he's led by a woman into this chamber. It can be no other way. That's what I'm saying. They put this shit in here, and you think that it's just movie shit, but it will be repeated. My man steps on the bugs, because he's kept her. He's a form of the Christ.
Here before. Not these 2,000 years. Except for these guys.
And this bitch knows the path. She's a guide. She is the underworld. She represents the pussy. Now, see that they were in a hidden chamber. They were on some underworld shit. Now they bring you. Okay, let's unpack this real quick. Because they showed you a shot. Let me back it up a little bit. There it is. Now they show you this shot. Now you thinking, oh, this is just some movie shit, right? What the fuck are you talking about? Well, if you want to look at it, they got your two pillars in a way, and these are those aren't pine trees. They might be. You never know with these motherfuckers. Those are either pine trees or palm trees. You know what I'm saying? But in the back, more importantly, you see that? That's the jet pillar. That's that obelisk. A dick. A penis for you, you know, if y'all want to get super gutter with it. But it represents patriarchy. Representing patriarchy. Alright, then of course you got the archway, entrance to a temple. These boys is riding up on horseback, and then when they hop off the horses, the first shot they show you is the guns. Representing expansion, patriarchy, dominance. And once again, we just went from below ground or some underworld shit where the woman was running shit. The woman was the one who basically led him to the path. Now we're going to have these motherfuckers jumping off their horses, and the first shot they show you is of their guns. Man shit. Boots. Goddamn guns. The goddamn Americans. Who's the first to detect these invaders? The Christ child. First light. It can be no other fucking way. They bring these images to you like this for a reason. Of course, you see all the imagery on the walls.
You check out that stuff, see if it's there. Also, add the O'Connells.
O'Connells. See that O'Connell shit? That's Irish. And I don't know how some of you niggas know, but this may be news to a lot of you. That O'Connell shit go two ways. This bitch getting visions. She back in Egypt. She on some underworld shit. That O'Connell shit is some Irish shit. You got the Druids. There's a book your boy wrote about that. I can't think of the name of the book. I have it written down somewhere. Where he gets into the origin of the Druids. And he links it to Egypt. I cannot remember the name of this fucking book. But yeah, you can look at it from that way, which would be the supreme scientific way to me. O'Connell also representing, and here's the double side of the shit. And for the ignorant masses, which is why they show you this, O'Connell. You think that's you know, and it is, but it's basically a white boy name. And so once again, it's them putting themselves in your place. You see what I'm saying? Legitimizing themselves through you. Through you. Legitimizing themselves through your shit. You know, but once again, the throwback, of course, is O'Connell, Irish, Druid, son of the black man. Nigga name is Rick. Right. This bitch's name is Eve. So we ain't even, I don't even think I gotta tell you niggas what that's about. Eve, Isis, mother, the gang. Goes a chest. Another form of the pussy. sister. Neptes. And I'm going to show you how each one of them interact with all three Christ versions. Like they have to. That's like the first one right there. Her as Isis. The antagonist, I forget the little bitch's name. Imhotep bitch. But she's basically Neptune.
You know,
He's the other Christ.
Fast enough. You can almost write your name.
I just had a vision.
And this nigga.
It was like my dream, but it was real. It was like I was actually here in ancient
I have
times.
to decode what this is. I don't know what that is.
You actually were here. Show me how this thing.
And did you hear what you said? He asked her if she said that she was here in ancient times. He asked her, well, if you were here, could you help me open this thing? Because the male doesn't know shit. The original Christ is led by the woman. Or he comes forth, he's in the form, and in some mysteries he is in the form of a woman. But that's super heavy. So we won't even get into that. But he is led. He sits on the throne. The throne is Isis. She has to show him the way. You know what I'm saying? Look at this shit. Even in Francis, the Isis Theses, they talk about when you are walking on those magnetic lines, basically the magnetic lines of the sun, and not walking, but in the form of a particle. There's also a water particle, i.e. Isis, that acts as a lead for you niggas who gotta have it physical.
We don't want to wake the gods.
We don't want to wake the gods. That's what that nigga said. Then they show you the shot of these two bitches. Isis and Neptune. See, he's a pussy. He come here trying to be Christ with this white man shit, and he's scary. Your boy Rick stepped on them shits.
That's the emerald.
Didn't even look at him.
It's supposed to be pure myth. No trace of him has ever been found before. No artifacts, no archival evidence.
Rick or Reich. This bitch finds the Scorpion King. This is akin to her opening Pandora's box. All this shit is the same shit!
No harm ever came from reading a book. You remember how that one went?
That bitch said no harm ever came from opening a chest. That's Pandora's box all over again. And this nigga just said after that, also no harm ever came from reading a book. Which is a form of, that's an allude, he going back to the first one when she opened the book, when they first met. And first set up the dance.
Once.
Look at the Christ child, fucking with him. Somewhat of a nigga. He's the one that basically understood what the Christ child was doing. They're going to give it to you. It may seem like coincidence now, but wait till we start getting into these other movies.
Let's do it your way.
Eve, beginning. Bracelet. That woman. Bracelet of Anubis. In the form of a scorpion. Basically the pussy, like I told you niggas. Death, renewal. Seeing your boy just pop the Christ child fucking around. And he would have to take care of it. Throughout this whole movie, they never show you a white boy that's fucking with this Christ child. Alexander.
Put it in your rucksack.
Let's see it here.
I think it's the main thing in the back.
What's it say?
He who disturbs this bracelet shall drink from the Nile.
Oh, it doesn't sound too bad.
Drink from the Nile.
gonna make a nice spit out of you, my son.
Let's get it out of here!
First light. Christ child. Like I said, if you can't see this shit, go back and watch the movie. And peep the commentary. Peep my commentary as you watch this movie. Man knocks down the 4 pillars. More than 4. But his mother did the same thing in the first one. With his ass probably standing in the middle. There you go.
We've had that before! It's worse!
Look at this shit. He ends up saving their ass by doing that shit. See that symbol? Leading the way. Morning Star saves their ass.
Mom, Dad, I can explain everything.
Meanwhile, we return to the hub run. Hamun, Anatra, Ham, Black, City of the Dead. And they show you the shot of the donkeys. Now, I was listening to a brother called Zoe.
The Book of the Dead gives life.
And the Book of the Living
Did y'all see that?
takes life away.
That same symbol that's on Rick's arm is on my man's left ear.
The Book of
Is that? It's hard to tell, but it does look like that.
And the Book of the Living takes life
This is
away.
Neptys.
I thought that was my job.
Black man.
Getting close.
They're showing every main shot with the Pharaoh when he's doing some real powerful heavy magic shit. Because he's supposed to be the Pharaoh. And that's why they bring it to you, but they bring it to you in a way that you won't recognize it. This is where I come in. I'm going to show you. Now these niggas in red, to Zoe's credit, when he was talking about this shit, I was kind of like, hey man, especially the nigga that he had on the show, because I really didn't like him anyway, when they was doing that Red Dragon Moore show. But the breakdown, I was quick to say it was some bullshit. That's what, once again, that ego, because it wasn't what I had wanted to hear in a way. But anyway, these niggas in red represent that dragon more that Zoe and them was talking about. So you had the dragon more, and you had the so-called phoenix more. This magi nigga, and see, and I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna stop the film, but there are 2 scenes where you see they both walk around with the same symbol on their damn head. On their damn head. One of them has it on his head, the other one has it on his belt. Alright? So one of them, if you know anything about the, once again, the metaphysical breakdown, which is why these niggas is in red, if I remember right, homeboy that is in red wears it on his waist, which is where your power comes from. But in this case, what the white man does is give it to you as, oh, they on some evil shit, because it's from the lower chakra. But when it's all the same energy. He showed you the shot of the donkey. Jesus rides to Bethlehem on a donkey. Set is a goddamn donkey. And they got pictures on the wall in Egypt of Set behind Horus.
And then you got these Christian niggas today talking about Satan get behind me, but they have no clue what the fuck that means. Anyway, to get back to the movie shit, I'm gonna stop and show you where your boy, the Magi, that's another thing we'll unpack too. This Magi shit as relates to the Christ child. But the Magi wears a symbol that basically looks like a DNA strand, and there's a circle at the top, which, according to Budge, is a symbol for Neteru, for the gods. You know what I'm saying? And the other Dragon War, this black nigga who basically leads the Dragon Wars in all red, he wears it on his waist. So we talking about left hand, right hand shit. You know what I'm saying? Today, the white man's rendition of it is Democrat, Republican. It's the same, they work for the same team. Just like these niggas, the Dragon War and the one who showed the white man the path. They go hand in hand. Gotta give you this white Arab nigga. You know, he wipes his ass with his hand, and they gonna show you that in this movie too.
Did you acquire it?
Here we go. This bug shit. All these bugs finna come up out of the ground as they find Christ. Kepra. They done showed you these Kepra beetles when Rick was stepping on them holes. Now we getting ready to find Horus the Elder. And they give you these goddamn scarabs. And that Kepra, that scarab is a form of the Christ. What do? They attack them motherfuckers. Telling you that this world basically has to end. Christian shit, they give it to you nice. Oh, you know the world's gonna end and we're gonna be so... Yeah, this is the other side of that shit.
Getting very close.
And she, meanwhile, Nephthys is the one that leads them to Horus the Elder. And there's going to be a portion in here where Nephthys and Isis interact with Imhotep, where they interact with the child, the Christ child, and where they interact with Rick. And we saw one where they interacted with Rick. He walked right through Nephthys to the doorway. Now they just found Imhotep. From under the fucking desert. They had to dig his ass up. First scene they showed you of Rick and Alexander, them motherfuckers was on some underworld shit too.
Now we must face those concerns.
See that jar? That jar is a symbol representing a woman that I read in the book of the, I think it's the Book of the Goddess. Some book by some female dykes, probably, well, let me not say that, but some female broads. Excellent book, excellent book. Everything you want to know about any goddess, they unpack. But yeah, that's basically a symbol of a woman. Because people used to see that shit, and why the fuck would you have a jar with two of the same handles on it? You know, in our world today, that would be looked at as probably ridiculous. But once again, everything that these people did in Egypt had a deeper meaning. So you had mundane shit, but even still, you could take the mundane shit and pull the deepness from it. Because those who ran society from the top down, because it always comes top down, but those who ran shit set it up that way. Whereas those who run things today set it up in a way, not this way, because if they did, the masses would be you wouldn't see all the stupid shit that you see going on. You know what I'm saying? But it's set up on a lower frequency, which means people are gonna act on their lower nature. Let me not say lower nature, but they're gonna act on that which comes from above. I.e., motherfuckers who running shit is only concerned about money and stupid shit that don't matter, which they really not the ones who, that's what's crazy about it. They are, but they not. They understand that that's bullshit, but they give you all that to distract you, and they use it because it's fun, you know. But ultimately, this is the type of shit they on, or trying to be on.
Shoots you in the face. It means it. He shot someone before.
Niggas ain't shooting
The
shit.
opportunity passed us by.
We need that bracelet. We need it before it opens.
Enough.
Shit, I didn't
Why do you have this?
say it before, but I might as well. See your boy right here? Even on his, nigga who keeps saying this place is cursed,
Enough.
even on his head, he wears a form of the infinity symbol.
Why do you have this? I told you I should have handled it.
We got one of those past history to gladden is you.
Don't you worry, man. We know where it is. We'll take care of it.
No, we'll take care of it. I have a different job for you.
Where is the bracelet?
It's on its way to merry old London.
And London is where we must go.
London, the museum. Once again, mausoleum. Museum, mausoleum. They're in London for two reasons. One, because, yeah, they did take history there, but again, on an imagery level, it legitimizes them.
Bracelet is some sort of guide to the lost oasis of Arushir.
I know what you're thinking. And the answer is no. We just got home.
That's the beauty of it. We're already packed.
This bitch already talking about going to Hampshire. That's what I'm saying.
It's just an oasis.
Dragging the Christ along. She dragging his ass.
Beautiful. Exciting.
Now she has to
Romantic.
put that pussy on him. My partner Rodney would say, she whipped that pussy out, nigga! She left me no goddamn choice.
We got some fingers. Okay. You see, I knew this case. There's always a cat.
The resting place of the Nubian Army. Somebody has to control that goddamn thing. See, and there goes Horus, which of course is the Christ. That looks like a bull down there.
Arushir, sent by Ramesses IV, more than 3,000 years ago.
They got their pictures and shit. And they in his house. He's gonna make a statement about them being in his house.
Alexander the Great century.
There's a black pharaoh head. I don't know if you caught that. Because they have to show you legitimate images. Right here.
Did I mention there was a pyramid of gold? Alexander the Great sent troops in search of it. So
Alexander the Great, in search of a pyramid of gold.
Yeah, but we're smarter than him. Follow it, dude.
Exactly. That's why we're the ones who are going to find it.
They eat these European Christ-like figures. Napoleon, Alexander the Great. The white man when he went around the world. Here come the homies. Alex had the chest. Why? Shit unlocks for the Christ child. There goes that fucking symbol again. The same symbol that's on his hand. And the same symbol that that dragon Moor has and the Phoenix Moor has.
It's a coincidence. Egyptian New Year.
Oh,
of course, they bring it back to the stars. What a coincidence. No such thing as coincidence. Remember I said that.
It's let's be cautious.
White boy is very, that's what I'm saying, he's crafty, man. I will give it to him.
If anything ever happened to you, I would have forgiven myself.
Now, see, they just showed you the bull. I don't know if you caught that. There's a shot of the bull on the back when Rick was just talking. Alright? Yo, the shot of the bull. Not Apophis. Apis. Men is also in the form of a bull. Osiris. Horus is called the calf of his mother, or the calf of Hathor, basically. But the imagery is always here. You see that? That is a bull. To the back of Reich, the ruler, as he's talking to the divine woman. Basically telling her, let's see what he's telling her.
What happened to you, I would never forgive myself.
Anything happened to you, I would never forgive myself. You motherfuckers gotta come on with it, man. Morning Star puts on the fucking bracelet and he's gonna show their ass where to go. The first light, the morning light. Morning Star. Giza. Got the two pyramids with the little...
You and Alex are the only thing that matters to me.
Well, Cambridge scholars have been begging me to run the British Museum.
British Museum, where all the secrets are. Legitimizing themselves. Still won't work. Because of niggas like me. There's this black figure in the corner.
I hate it when you do that.
Why?
It's like agreeing to anything.
Bast.
Those knickers are not mine.
There's that bull. Which is also a form of see, and they just every time I see, that's why I like to go back and do this shit.
Are not mine.
Jonathan, on. See, your boy, they just showed you a shot of him in between the two pillars. The middle path. Oh, I missed it again. That's how fucking quick it is. Now.
Those knickers are not mine.
Hey, Alex, clear yourself in front of me. All right?
5. You look at this picture up here when he's crossing over the balcony. That's 5. Arm, leg, arm, head. That's a lot of shit. That's the Baphomet, 5-pointed star. That's a form of the Christ, which they keep showing you in the background throughout this entire fucking movie. There's a badass ritual that they gonna line up, and I'm gonna pause it and I'm gonna unpack it because I wrote a bunch of notes on that shit. You know, but I just noticed this one just now. Looks like 5 rocks or 5 scarabs, but 5 with the 5th one being in the middle. Basically, and if you drew a picture of that geometrically, that forms a pyramid with the 5th one in the middle, or the high point. And even this type of shit where you got one, the left pillar, the right pillar, the left hand, the right hand, and in the middle path. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. But in this case, with the 5 points, starting from the one in the center, you draw a line to the top one, a line to the top left one, a line to the top right one, a line to the bottom left one, and a line to the bottom right one. And you connect them all at the bases. That's a goddamn pyramid, which is the body. So once again, it's geometric. It just goes to show you how all this shit is interrelated. The science is the lower part of it. It's the physical part of it. But the symbology, the sacredness of it it goes even beyond that. That pyramid represents the body. That 5, when you draw a Baphomet head, it is a Baphomet head, which represents what? The fallen one, or i.e. the fallen man who has fallen from heaven. Black man, original man, God man. You betcha.
Happy to be home.
Couldn't be happier.
You're the school kid.
Me?
But you might like that.
So then I killed the mummy and all his minions and stole his scepter.
Stole his scepter. Jonathan. John, as Bobby would say, on. Representing Anubis. There's a Jonathan in the Bible too. You know what I'm saying? But that John, that on, the one who preceded the Christ, and him representing their form of Anubis, he kind of leads them, which is why there are several scenes of him driving, and he's fucking this broad. He's always on some janky types, even in the first movie, which on the physical aspect of it. That's why they give it to you. They give you to him. They tell you in this movie, in this movie and in the first one, they portray him as he's really a scoundrel, a dirty, rotten bastard, crook, thief, all that shit, because that would represent him on some underworld shit. Underworld not being a part, i.e., not being a part of polite society. He doesn't provide. He doesn't live by the rules and mores of polite society. He's not underworld in a sense, but it represents the same thing, like physical tough, how a nigga would be, and like this. You know what I'm saying? He just represents that, which is the same shit energy that niggas bring. I'm fucking these girls. He's stealing scepters. He's always after the money. I.e., they giving you the physical rendition of the underworld. Not a part of polite society. Not abiding by the rules of polite society. Back to the movie.
So great.
And rich. Do not rich.
What do you think I'm doing here?
See?
Sorry.
First person they run into in London
You said this was your house.
with the form of a lightning strike or thunder is my man Jonathan.
No.
He don't know what the fuck is going on.
Tuesday.
I don't know any Johnny. We're looking for the bracelet of Anubis.
That's how niggas get jammed the fuck up too.
Bracelet of Anubis. You're looking here for the bracelet. I see what. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Mr. O'Connell, you try my patience.
Mr. O'Connell, wait, hold on a minute. You've got the wrong man. Ah, that bracelet. Yes, of course, now I remember. I lost it in the card game.
For your sake, I hope not.
Another thunder strike.
Hello.
Hello?
I forget what they call that.
Where's your way?
That's a term
Oh.
in the movies. Illusion. Foreshadowing. Shadow. Interesting. Here comes this bitch.
Well, I think she went off to Baden-Baden or to
Baden-Baden.
something. The girl's a free spirit. Did I mention I was single now?
Now they showed you in the other one where your girl kicked the snakes.
Egyptian masks.
Bruising the snake with his heel, which is a biblical
It's
reference also.
downstairs. There's a safe. The combination is...
This bitch here, that team, she
20,
fucks with the snakes, but she has it in her hand, in her
It's
grasp.
downstairs. I told you. I told you.
There's that symbol on the neck.
There's 320 58, 393 something. It's a mistake downstairs. I told
Can't
you,
make
I
out the
told
symbol
you.
on that.
And the point is,
My point is, I told you so you wouldn't kill me.
when do we make that arrangement?
That tease. About to hit that boy Jonathan with the snake. Here it come right.
Hello? Jonathan, I thought I said no more wild parties.
Well, when you're popular.
Alex, I'm serious. If you've lost that key, you're grounded.
I haven't lost it, I just can't find it.
If you lost that key, you're grounded. I haven't lost it, I just can't find it. The Christ child and the mother interacting. The Christ child and the mother. ISIS.
There's a difference.
Well, you better start finding it then.
Don't worry, Mom. There's nothing to worry about.
Good evening.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I'm looking for the chest, of course.
The chest of Osiris.
Get out of my house.
Oh, Mom. Maybe not the best idea.
Alex, get back there.
Definitely not the best idea.
They keep referencing this house.
Dad now.
There was something I read about as far as houses. Here come the Magi. He has a boat. He has the boat on his fucking outfit. You know what I'm saying? Symbolizing the boat, which in Egypt actually carries the Pharaoh, or actually carries the Christ to where he needs to go. So here we see the Magi, aka the Phoenix Moor, and the Red Dragon Moor. They know each other. Now look, see that symbol on his forehead? And it's the middle symbol.
Knowing my brother-in-law, he probably deserves whatever.
Knowing my brother-in-law.
I think not.
See, and you see, every time they show him, he's always commanding a group of these white Arabs. Historically, that's a shout out to the Mamluks, who were civilized and trained to be warriors by the ancient black man, aka the ancient Moor.
I think not. Perhaps explanations are best kept for later.
This symbol right here is an ancient symbol for God. So is this one. This is the axe. I believe this is an altar. I can't remember what this top one is. But see this symbol? He wears it in the middle of his forehead. The Phoenix Moor of his forehead. Alright? So that would be the right eye, aka knowledge bringer, pineal, all that type of shit. The brother, when they show the ceremony where they're getting ready to raise Imhotep, he wears it on his waist, which is where that power comes from. It rises from your lower chakra to your upper chakra. It's all the same shit, but in here they give you that good evil bullshit.
Oh, no.
See, they know each other.
Knowing my brother-in-law, he probably deserves.
Knowing my brother-in-law. Alright, this is the Christ, talking about Anpu, Jonathan, the one who leads the way. The first one that these niggas run into when they hit the O'Connell household. Even though he just came back, once again, on some underworld shit. He had a bitch with him, was finna smash, or I just got through smashing, was talking about stealing shit. And it's the type of shit he get hit with.
Whatever you're about to do to him, but this is my house.
This is my house. Somebody remind me to unpack that. Because there's something there about that house shit, too.
Certain rules about snakes and dismemberment.
Certain rules about snakes and dismemberment. Now, this bitch throws the snake at Christ. And he catches it.
Shoot him!
Price Child has the checks, as well as the bracelet. Look at him. He looking at him like he's his brother, like they one and the same. The Phoenix Moore, even according to Zoe, the Phoenix Moore is not the fighter that the Dragon Warrior is.
No, I did. Your father.
Right. Jonathan grabbed the scepter. Not bad for a Magi. You heard him say that shit? Because they one and the same, man. They brothers, man. They're fucking brothers. It's a hell of a movie, man. So yeah, we talked about Jonathan, Eve. I told y'all about her. Chester Bosar. Talked about the Malmooks. Yeah, we right on time. We are right on fucking time. We're right on time. Here we go. There you go, the Dragon War. About to whoop that ass. What, nigga? What the fuck you fucking with, kids?
Get out of here!
But it didn't kill him. Don't know, because it usually would be his fucking fault. That's also a form of the chastisement that Bobby always be talking about. That underworld shit. Even though they really live high off the goddamn power. This is no shooting motherfucker. This is no shooting nigga, man. They got ISIS. They got ISIS.
What the hell are you doing here? No, scratch that. I don't care who the hell are those guys are. My wife.
On that O'Connell shit, I think I forgot, or if I didn't unpack it all the way, yeah, well, we talked about the Irish black blood, part that came up in the mystery system, i.e. the Druids, i.e. the Masons, which they're getting ready to touch on real soon.
I'm not sure, but wherever this man is, your wife will surely be here.
Hey, I know him. He's a curator. He works at the British Museum.
Works at the British Museum. See, they legitimizing themselves. Once again, through you. That's where all your history's at the goddamn British Museum. This is them legitimizing themselves.
Are you sure? You better believe him. He spends more time there than he does at home. Okay, we're here. Bad guys are here. He's been kidnapped. What do you guess?
Yes, they once again removed the creature from his grave.
I don't mean to point fingers, but isn't it your job to make sure that doesn't happen?
The woman who was with him, she knows things. Things that no living person could possibly know. She knew
Woman
exactly
who was with him.
We were hoping she would lead us to the bracelet. She obviously did. And now they have it.
I wouldn't get too nervous just yet.
Is that gold?
When I stuck it on, I saw the pyramids
That
of
gold,
Giza.
that's all you
Then
care
whoosh,
about.
straight across the desert to Karnak.
But in the sun, you started a chain reaction that could bring about the next apocalypse.
You, fight. You, big trouble. You, get in the car.
the Christ child. And it just said he started a chain of events that could basically undo the universe, which ultimately has to happen any goddamn way. They tell you that shit in the Bible. See, but because, that's what I'm saying. It's like they tell you that and you, oh yeah. But you don't want it to happen in your lifetime. Or you pray it don't happen, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But the shit has to happen. One way or fucking another.
I'm sorry if I alarmed your son, but you must understand. Now that the bracelet is on his wrist, we have only 7 days before the Scorpion King awakens.
That's a crime. That's not an act. Same shit, though. It still represents the gods.
I take it that's not a good thing.
Oh, he'll wipe out the world.
He'll wipe out the world, boy.
Wipe out the world.
Whomever can kill the Scorpion King can send his army back to the underworld, or use it to destroy mankind and rule the earth.
So that's why they dug up Imhotep, because he's the only guy tough enough to take out the Scorpion King.
See, that Scorpion King, that great mother, which is what he represents, that matriarchy, will return and wipe out the world. And see, their whole thing is continuing this world. Because beyond this world, there's nothing for them. There's nothing for them beyond the physical. Which is why Reich, who's getting the game, at the feet of the Phoenix more, who of course is a black man, you know, but they can't have too many niggas. They're not going to give you, they give you bits and pieces. But see, through the imagery, they're able to make him the face of Phoenix Moore throughout this whole movie. But the whole time, the Red Dragon War, well, of course they portray as evil when it's really the left and the right hand, the Democrat and Republican. It's the same shit. They'll give you a black face of him, but throughout this movie, there will be times, and you saw it at his house, he had all types of black figurines in the background. That's what they do. They're going to show you in his house black figures, meaning I've allowed them in my house, and actually, as Bobby would say, when they show you that black man in the background, that's really the teacher. But this is my true teacher. The imagery is there. The image is there. So they're not lying. But you just don't know, you don't know how to decode it. You see what I'm saying? And since you don't know how to fucking decode it, you thinking that this fucking white Arab is the one who helped him. And the Red Dragon War, represented by the black man, once again, you already know, you're not going to root for him. Because they tell you, you know, he's evil in this movie. When really they the same goddamn person. They the same fucking person. One is a Republican. I don't like them motherfuckers. Fuck them. But he know ultimately what's coming. The other one is a Democrat. Oh shit, man. You know, why do you have to be so mean to him? Why do you have to kick him in the ass? What? What's going on, man? Let's just give him the game. Because he knows what's coming. But ultimately they work for the same thing.
That is their plan.
Here we go. We're at the mausoleum. Mausoleum.
Alright, Alex, I got a big job for you. I want you to stay here and protect the car.
I can do that.
Protect the car. Come on, Dad. Just because I'm a kid doesn't mean I'm stupid. Dad!
If you see anyone come running out screaming, it's just me.
Maybe you should stay here and watch it.
Yes, now you told me.
What, Jonathan is a real live piece of shit.
You want the shotgun?
No, I prefer the Thompson.
Now, there we go. Now we're getting ready to get into some the Masonic type shit. While they were at the museum or the mausoleum. Your boy sees this symbol and he already knows what time it is. Right there. That's the same symbol that was on the chest of Osiris. I.e. making him, or the chest of, it's really the chest of Osiris, but making him a Christ child. He has a pyramid, a sun in the middle. I can't, these are two figures, 9 times out of 10 they're two women. That's how it goes. Isis and Nephthys, left and right hand, with the sun, i.e. the Christ, what y'all call him, the Son of God, the Son, S-O-U-N, S-U-N, at the apex of the pyramid, or the crest or the crust of the goddamn pyramid. Alright, so your boy sees this symbol and listen to what he asks.
If I were to say to you, I'm a stranger traveling from the east,
I'm a stranger traveling from the east.
That which is lost.
Seeking that which is lost. The stranger from the east seeking that which is lost. A black man, stranger from the east. Alright? Seeking that which has been lost.
Then I would reply that I am a stranger traveling from the west. It is I whom you seek.
I am a stranger traveling from the west. It is I whom you seek. The east and the west. East, of course, meaning the dawn or the rise of this civilization. The west meaning the end of it. Not necessarily civilization, but in the Egyptian mythology, the west is Amenta. Basically heaven. You know what I'm saying? And this is why he's a form of the Christ. But this is also setting him up as, once again, studying at the feet of this man, the Phoenix Moor. He has that mark, and he's going to say it, but basically, he's a Mason, or my son, a Mason. The knowledge and information transferred from the Phoenix Moor down to this man, Reich. Now you get it? Reich, the ruler, Rick. His name is Rick, but that's German for Reich, which means rule. Hitler had the Third Reich. You understand what I'm saying? Where he tried to create this people that would rule for 1,000 years. All this shit is mythology. All this shit.
I think it's true. You have the sacred mark.
What that? No, I got slapped on when I was in an orphanage in Cairo.
That mark.
When I was in an orphanage in Cairo. Orphanage. So, like I said, in the first movie, he's supposed to be a black man. In this movie, there are elements of that, but mainly they're really focusing on him getting the game and basically keeping the game for himself in order to rule, in order to save this world that he is running. But he still got the game from this man, the Phoenix Moor, who keeps telling him, hey, so that means you with me, you learned under me. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Means you're a protector of man, a warrior for God, a magi.
Sorry. The wrong guy.
Got the wrong guy. There go that thunder and lightning. Foreshadow. Now, here's where we're going to see this symbol on this black man that I'm telling you about. Here we go. The same goddamn symbol. Alright, that same symbol that he had on his forehead, that's the same fucking symbol right there on his waist. See, who's leading the procession? Let's look at this again. See, because y'all don't know your history. This is a procession. Like a funeral procession. When niggas do in New Orleans, when people is dead. Now look, let's look at this. Got a ring of fire, alright, with Imhotep in the middle. Now even in Egypt, another symbol for God, or really Ra, is a circle, alright, with a dot in the middle. There goes your goddamn circle with Christ in the middle, where the real energy really comes from. Imhotep, Horus the Elder, alright? The sunset. Getting ready to go into the darkness. Now here's a procession where they come through a hall, Alright? When I mean by hall, I'm saying like a hall lined by these Egyptian deities. I saw Anubis, I saw Horus. Ain't no telling who else is on there. But basically a hall. Alright? And this procession is led by none other than the black man. Because this black man represents Imhotep. This black man also represents this guy who's the white Arab, who they give to you as the leader, the nigga who works in the Cairo Museum. But every time you see him, he's always on some important shit. They just don't give him a speaking role. Now watch. Right before Imhotep is raised, they're gonna show you a shot of this man. And he's leading the procession. There goes the bitch tied up in the back. He's leading. God man. See? They got the pharaohs on each side. There goes the bitch. She's bound with rope. Now, this is, like I said, I was going to show you where we already seen where both interacted with Rick at the very beginning with him walking through Nephthys. Now, they've taken Eve, a.k.a. Isis, and the Nephthys bitch is there, which is Imhotep's main broad. They got the urn in the background representing that woman with her uncle on top of it. And then, now, here we go. He's reading, getting ready to bring Imhotep back to life. But Imhotep can only be brought back to life in the presence of these two women, i.e., the pussy is what revives him. His throne that he sits on brings him back to the goddamn planet. See? She knows that bitch. She knows that nigga. Because they all, the female has to give him the energy. No other way. Look, and that looks like the smiting pharaoh. They're going through a form of the possession themselves. Tell who that is in the back. Procession, you got a hall surrounded by mummies. They got a damn bull again. Jigger, nigga. All at the mausoleum. See? That's the black man right there. Right in the middle, lined up with Imhotep. Christ. They're only going to give it to you in images. With the symbol. Only one lined up with him. Yeah, he's off to the right a little bit, but basically, you got 1, 2, 3 in the flame. They all fucking lined up. And it's pathway with a door. Which, if you know anything about Egyptian architecture, they always have a hall, an archway, and behind the archway there's a doorway or a window. Same thing. And this black man is lined up directly with Imhotep. first rises up out of this shit, the first person they show you is that black girl. Right in the middle. There you go. Hear the scorpion. Hear the woman. There she go. Now this bitch is getting visions and shit. Alright, hey, I gotta take a piss. So, niggas hold tight. And I should make a sandwich on you hoes, because I am hungry. We're gonna try to unpack some more of this fucking movie. This is a lot. Alright.
I am not afraid.
Knocks on the moon.
You know, a couple of years ago, this would have seemed really strange to me.
You'd be much pleased. Where is the bracelet?
Christ child.
I think I know.
Very top of the gold pyramid, there was a huge diamond.
Huge? How huge?
It was so big, it would reflect the sun and bring distant travelers beckoning them to their deaths.
That bitch is fried chicken. So now they're gonna make it seem like the only reason she was there, which she does have to be. Somebody has to be sacrificed. It's either her or ISIS. One of them got to go. But she was really brought back for the Egyptian shit, or for the symbology of it all. Whenever they show you Osiris, he either has two women behind him or he's standing in between two women. Coincidentally, when you look at the Shaft poster, it's the same shit. That's what I mean about niggas still being connected to that, even though you think you're not connected to that. Jesus worshiping motherfucker.
I'll put you in your frame again.
Our thinking was not if we put you in your grave first.
Shut up.
Ruin her. You fuck.
Here come Rick, right through the flame. Unbounded. Nigga always ducking. Yeah, them niggas is clowns. I done done the same shit. Grab that woman. Bring their asses back to life.
No, not these guys again.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
You asking me? I'm gonna eat his own place today.
Honey, what you doing? These guys don't use doors.
Number 12. Number 12 bus. 12 disciples in the Christ. 12 in the 13th man with a shot at the museum of the mausoleum in the back. There you go. Jonathan, once again, still driving this big ass bus.
Back to see me now? Just like old times, huh?
Double decker bus. Shooting 4 runners. Notice he always getting his ass kicked because he's supposed to be a Phoenix more, as Zorn would say. He always getting his ass kicked in this movie. That's how you know he killing that dragon more with some bullshit. What's that shit say? What's the ghost on that shit? Wait a minute. These pictures. His master's voice. There's some shit right here in the background that says his master's voice. Master. A true master. Here comes Wonderful.
Fuck him up. On the 12 bus. Now you're getting ready to go across this bridge. Woman had to save his ass. All this shit through the streets of London. Low bridge. Show a man crossing this bridge. Thought they was out of trouble. Or you could say, you know, some leaving underworld type shit. Leaving the museum, the mausoleum.
Great driving, Uncle John.
Great driving, Uncle John. How the fuck you niggas? And then, did you see the shit on the front of the book? This is what I'm saying, man. Like, goddamn, I be on it.
Driving, Uncle John.
Now, they just ride through an arch, which, okay, well, I guess if you don't know the sacred symbol of the arch in opening, basically just to bring it to a quick shit, it's a form of the vagina, in a way. Alright? This bus, it's called the Marble Arch. Number 12, Marble Arch. Marble Arch.
Alright.
Which, the arch,
My first bus ride.
see? The arch in ancient symbology is very significant.
For all librarians, it's no struggle.
Kiss is the same, it's the form of a dance. It shows their union. Sex. Route number 12. Now watch this little motherfucker get snatched. 5 right there at the back. Got his ass. And they going back across the goddamn bridge. Back across the bridge. Underworld shit. And then they raised the goddamn bridge. So you can't get back across. Look at the license plate on that motherfucker. DXT 977 7 and 7 14 21 22 23 23 is the sacred number. It's a hell of a number. Bridge over a river. I think this is called the Thames. Here she go. Surrounded by lions. With his army, we should rule the world together. Crescent moon, pregnant belly, full. Sealed by a kiss, representing their union.
Please, do not feel for your son, my friends. They cannot hurt him, for he wears the bracelet of Anubis.
Alex is wearing the bracelet.
When he put it on, he said his pyramids in Giza, son.
Wearing a bracelet of Anubis. Alexander, legitimizing themselves. They give the Christ child the name Alexander. And Alexander to them was a form of the Christ. And even though we have this myth that I just laid down about him actually being descended from an ancient pharaoh, I'm telling you, man, all this shit is related.
Yes, and when they reach Karnak, the bracelet will show them the next step of the journey.
We don't get to Karnak before them, we won't have any idea where to look for him next.
Seems to me like we need a magic carpet.
Now they on the train. Iron. I believe iron is Legba, which is the way, the opener of the way. Gateway, Anubis type shit.
And Vladimir kept last encountered the O'Connors. They sent his immortal soul to the underworld. As powerful as he will become, he is still vulnerable. Only with the army of Anubis will he be invincible. He will need your help.
In the background on the window, they have the winged dragon.
Keep this with you always.
Hey!
Mott.
What is the dance?
Alexander the Christ, handled by the black man.
Your mother must be missing you terribly. If you wish to see her again, you better behave.
Now this is the interaction, even though they showed one earlier of Isis when she was messing with the Christ child, the Morning Star. After he had already put on the bracelet. Now they have Neptys, and this is her interaction with the Christ child. And see, he's getting ready to say some smart shit about how you don't listen to his mom. And this bitch is talking about, yeah, I'm gonna slip poisonous snakes in your bed while you're sleeping. Snakes. Once again, we come to this snake thing, this Kundalini power. Basically meaning, I will absorb you. And you will be the morning star for me. Straightway, the morning star is either going to extend this world, and this is why they give you this imagery, or he's going to help destroy this world, which is also why they code that morning star energy with this Satan bullshit, when in reality, it's really the same. The Christ energy, it's all the same thing. If Christ was here to come, if Christ came here